shattering communities, and tearing families apart. It is a war where men are sent to the front lines, sons disappear without a trace, and the remnants of these families are left broken and grieving. Yet, amidst the chaos and bloodshed, a quiet yet deeply powerful form of resistance is beginning to emerge. It is not a resistance rooted in weapons or violence. It is a resistance rooted in love, courage, and vulnerability. The women of the Congo, often hidden behind the scenes of this war, have begun to rise up in an act that speaks volumes. They are not marching with rifles, instead, they are marching naked. Mothers, wives, and daughters stand in front of soldiers and militia groups, exposing their bodies not in shame, but in an ancient, sacred form of protest. The belief that the male body is somehow protected by divine power, invulnerable to the bullets of war, has led these women to believe that by exposing themselves, they can shield their husbands, sons, and brothers from harm. Their nakedness becomes an emblem of vulnerability, a sacrifice made with profound courage to defend their families and demand an end to the relentless violence. This act of protest is not one of helplessness but one of immense strength. By taking off their clothes, they are stripping away the fear that has controlled their lives for so long. They are laying bare their pain, their despair, and their deepest hopes for peace. It is an act of bravery, an unspoken scream against the atrocities that have haunted their communities for far too long. Their nakedness is not a symbol of shame, but of courage. They are using their bodies, already subjected to the ravages of violence, as a powerful tool to resist. The silent scream they offer, devoid of words but full of meaning, is a statement that reverberates through the heart of the DRC, enough is enough. Each woman who stands naked in the streets is sending a message, one of defiance, but also one of deep, unwavering love for their families and their communities. They are fighting for peace, not by wielding a weapon, but by offering their dignity, their faith, and their strength. In the face of terror and destruction, they choose to stand tall, without fear. They choose to face the system of violence head-on, unarmed yet powerful in their resolve. Their vulnerability is their shield, their nakedness their battle cry. The women of the DRC are fighting not only for their survival but for a future where their daughters and sons can live in a world free from violence. Their protest is an act of hope, a final plea for peace. Naked for peace is more than just One. Techniques linguistiques de Hadzabe. 1.1 Un langue bassie sur les clicks. L'un des aspects les plus remarquables de la langue Hadzabe est l'utilisation de sons de clicks. Ces sons servent de consonnes et donnent un rythme et une mélodie distincts à leur discours. Il existe plusieurs types de clicks, chacun ayant une fonction spécifique. Clicks dentaires, produits par la langue appuyée contre les dents. Clicks latéraux, réalisés en cliquant la langue contre les côtés de la bouche. Clicks alvéolaires, prise en claquant la langue contre le palais supérieur. Ces sons sont essentiels pour différencier les mots et les significations. Rendant la langue Hadzabe complexe et unique. 1.2 La langue comme outil de chasse. La langue Hadzabe joue un rôle crucial dans leurs stratégies de chasse. Comme les chasseurs doivent communiquer discrètement et efficacement, ils utilisent plusieurs techniques. Clicks du et chicotements, pour essayer signaler sans effrayer le gibier. Signaux manuels, pour indiquer une direction, de traces d'animaux ou un danger. Imitation de sons d'animaux, certains chasseurs reproduisent des cris d'animaux pour attirer ou tromper leur proie. Ce système de communication leur permet de s'y coordonner efficacement, faisant d'use de chasseurs trace performance. 1.3 Transmission orale et récits. Les Hadzabe transmettent leurs connaissances et traditions à travers le récit oral. Les anciens enseignent aux jeunes générations. Les meilleures techniques de chasse. Les comportements de animaux. L'histoire et les myths de la tribu. Les histoires sont racontées autour du feu de camp le soir, renforçant ainsi leur culture et leur identité. 2. Techniques de chasse de Hadzabe. La chasse est au cœur de la culture Hadzabe. Contrairement aux sociétés agricoles, les Hadzabe ne cultivent pas et n'élèvent pas de bétail. Ils dépendent entièrement de leurs capacités à traquer, chasser et récolter des éléments dans la nature. 2.1 Armes de chasse traditionnelles. Les Hadzabe chassent principalement à l'aide d'armes traditionnelles, fabriquées à partir de matériaux naturels. Arcs et flèches, fabriquées à partir de bois résistants comme le comifera. Flèches empoisonnées, enduites d'un poison extrait de la sève de l'Adenium, rose du désert. Une fois touché, la proie est affaiblie en quelques minutes, facilitant la traque. Hadzabe Bush Tribe, music and dance, the rhythmic part of their culture. The Hadzabe tribe of northern Tanzania is one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer societies in the world. Their music and dance are deeply woven into their culture, serving as a means of communication, storytelling, spiritual expression, and social bonding. Unlike modern music, which relies on instruments and formal compositions, Hadzabe music is organic, rhythmic, and deeply connected to nature. This article explores Hadzabe music, dance, instruments, and the cultural significance of their rhythmic traditions. 1. The role of music and dance in Hadzabe culture. For the Hadzabe, music and dance are more than just entertainment. They play a critical role in rituals and spiritual ceremonies, celebrations of successful hunts, healing practices, storytelling and historical preservation, strengthening social bonds. Because the Hadzabe do not have a written language, music and dance serve as a way to pass down their traditions and oral history. 2. Hadzabe music, a soundscape of the wild. 2.1 Vocal music and traditional singing. Hadzabe songs are typically sung in groups, featuring call and response singing, where a lead singer chants a line, and the group responds. Layered vocal harmonies, mimicking the sounds of nature. Melodic chanting, often incorporating their flipped language to create unique rhythms. 2.2 Natural instruments and percussion. Unlike many African tribes that use drums, the Hadzabe rely primarily on body percussion and natural objects to create rhythms. 2.2.1 Hand clapping and foot stomping. Hand claps are used as a percussive beat, guiding dancers. Foot stomping in dry soil creates rhythmic vibrations, similar to the pounding of animal hooves. 2.2.2 Wooden instruments. While the Hadzabe do not have complex musical instruments, they use simple wooden sticks to tap rhythms on the ground or trees. Hollow logs that serve as makeshift drums when struck with hand or sticks. 2.2.3 Bowstring instruments. In some cases, the Hadzabe create a single-string bow instrument, plucking the string while using their mouths as a resonance chamber. producing hypnotic, humming tones. 2.3 Music inspired by nature. Hadzabe songs often mimic the sounds of animals, wind, and flowing water. They incorporate bird calls and animal noises into their singing, believing that nature itself provides the most powerful music. 3. Hadzabe dance, movement as expression. Dancing is a vital part of Hadzabe life, performed during rituals, celebrations, and social gatherings. Their dances reflect their hunter-gatherer lifestyle, often imitating the movements of animals or the flow of the natural world. 3.1 Traditional Hadzabe dances. 3.1.1 The hunting dance. A dance performed before or after a successful hunt. Hunters mimic the movements of animals they have killed, honoring their spirits. Often accompanied by chanting and rhythmic foot stomping. (2.1) Traditional hunting weapons. The Hadzabe primarily hunt using traditional weapons, which are carefully crafted from natural materials. Bows and arrows. The Hadzabe use handmade bows made from strong local woods like conifera, and arrows tipped with poison extracted from desert plants. Poison-tipped arrows. The poison is made from the sap of the adenium, desert rose, plant. When an animal is struck, it weakens within minutes, making it easier to track and kill. Clubs and spears. For close-range encounters, they sometimes use wooden clubs and spears. 2.2 Hunting strategies. Hadzabe hunters use several strategic methods to track and kill their prey. 2.2.1 Stealth and tracking. The Hadzabe are experts in tracking animal footprints, droppings, and broken twigs. They move silently through the bush, using the direction of the wind to prevent animals from catching their scent. Hunters often go barefoot to reduce noise and improve their sensitivity to the ground. 2.2.2 Group hunting. Some hunts are team-based, with hunters surrounding an animal and coordinating their movements using hand signals. If a large animal is hunted, such as a kudu or impala, the tribe shares the meat among all members. 2.2.3 Solo hunting. Smaller animals like birds, hares, and small antelopes are usually hunted alone. Hunters move cautiously, using the environment to camouflage themselves. 2.3 Seasonal hunting patterns. The Hadzabe adapt their hunting techniques based on the seasons. Rainy season, more small game and birds are hunted because large animals are harder to find. Dry season, large mammals like warthogs and gazelles gather near waterholes, making them easier to track. 2.4 Hunting large game versus small game. Small game, birds, rodents, monkeys, is hunted daily using quick, precise shots. Large game, buffalo, kudu, zebras, requires teamwork and is often hunted with poisoned arrows to slow the animal down. 3. Relationship between language and hunting. The Hadzabe language and hunting techniques are deeply intertwined. Their click language allows them to communicate silently while hunting. Their ability to imitate animal calls helps them get closer to prey. They use coded speech and hand signals to coordinate hunting strategies. These linguistic adaptations make them one of the most efficient hunting societies in the world. 4. The future of Hadzabe hunting and language. Despite their remarkable survival skills, the Hadzabe face increasing challenges. Land loss due to agriculture and tourism. Declining wildlife due to hunting restrictions and conservation efforts. Cultural erosion as younger generations adopt Swahili and interact more with modern Tanzanian society. Efforts are being made to document the Hadzabe language and protect their hunting rights. Organizations are working to preserve their traditional knowledge while also respecting conservation laws. Conclusion. The Hadzabe tribe has developed extraordinary language techniques and hunting skills that have allowed Hadzabe hunting techniques, a glimpse into an ancient way of life. The Hadzabe people of northern Tanzania are one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer tribes in Africa, relying on their traditional hunting techniques for survival. Their hunting methods have remained largely unchanged for thousands of years, passed down from generation to generation. 1. Traditional weapons and tools. The Hadzabe primarily hunt using handmade bows and poison-tipped arrows. Their bows are crafted from durable local wood, such as the conifera tree, while the bowstrings are made from animal tendons or plant fibers. The arrows are tipped with sharpened metal or bones, and some are coated with a deadly poison extracted from the sap of certain trees like adenium, desert rose. This poison is strong enough to paralyze or kill animals quickly, ensuring an efficient hunt. 2. Hunting strategies and tracking skills. Hadzabe hunters possess exceptional tracking skills, honed from childhood. They can read footprints, droppings, broken branches, and even subtle disturbances in the soil to determine the size, direction, and type of animal they are pursuing. They use two main hunting strategies. Stealth and ambush. Hunters move quietly through the bush, using trees, rocks, and tall grass for cover. They get as close as possible to their prey before launching a precise arrow strike. Persistence hunting. For larger animals, such as antelope, Hadzabe hunters use a technique where they chase the animal for long distances until it becomes exhausted, making it easier to kill. 3. Hunting small versus large game. Small game, birds, squirrels, hares, and small antelope are common targets. Hunters often use lightweight arrows without poison for smaller animals. Large game, kudus, impalas, warthogs, and baboons require teamwork. Hunters work together, surrounding and cornering the animal before using poison arrows to ensure a successful kill. 4. Seasonal hunting and adaptation. The Hadzabe hunting techniques change with the seasons. During the dry season, animals gather near water sources, making them easier to locate. In the rainy season, hunters rely more on tracking skills and knowledge of animal migration patterns. 5. Hunting and survival training. From a young age, Hadzabe boys learn the art of hunting by observing elders. They practice shooting with small bows and tracking animals. By their teenage years, they participate in real hunts, gradually developing the skills needed to become self-sufficient hunters. 6. The role of hunting in Hadzabe society. Hunting is not just about survival, it is deeply tied to Hadzabe culture, identity, and social bonds. Meat is shared among the entire group, reinforcing their communal way of life. The most skilled hunters gain respect and admiration within the tribe.
Ako sigala ako chuta ta no ko na asa ina abo ita kwikwa no ko pa lami ko na ibamta mumta za amana chuta ta ina kusa aya ko ko hako bấm ta chú bấm ta ta ô cô mama Luca Ako mama luka chuti ne kusigala ko dada. Inamtana mumtana. Kwa kowa ako. Kwa kowa ako sasa na chuti. Inamtana ewe wana kuyana. Ye kai. Ah. Come te be baba ikwate ta no ma ai chuo do cha che ni ke sa kho ma ye si kho ma ye si na na bi ba ke am na bi bi sa ma na ka
1. Techniques linguistiques de Hadzabe. 1.1 Un langue de 6 or less clicks. L'un des aspects les plus remarquables de la langue Hadza est l'utilisation de sons de clics. Ces sons servent de consonnes et donnent un rythme et une mélodie distincts à leur discours. Il existe plusieurs types de clics, chacun ayant une fonction spécifique. Clics dentaires, produits par la langue appuyée contre les dents. Clics latéraux, réalisés en cliquant la langue contre les côtés de la bouche. Clics alvéolaires, prise en claquant la langue contre le palais supérieur. Ces sons sont essentiels pour différencier les mots et les significations, rendant la langue Hadza complexe et unique. 1.2 La langue comme modèle de chasse. La langue Hadza joue un rôle crucial dans leurs stratégies de chasse. Comme les chasseurs doivent communiquer discrètement et efficacement, ils utilisent plusieurs techniques. Clics du et chicotements, pour essayer signaler sans effrayer le gibier. Signaux manuels, pour indiquer une direction, de traces d'animaux ou en danger. Imitation de sons d'animaux, certains chasseurs reproduisent de cris d'animaux pour attirer ou tromper leur proie. Ce système de communication leur permet de se coordonner efficacement, faisant d'use de chasseurs très performance. 1.3 Transmission orale et récits. Les Hadzabe transmettent leurs connaissances et traditions à travers le récit oral. Les anciens enseignent aux jeunes générations. Les meilleures techniques de chasse. Les comportements de animaux. L'histoire et les mythes de la tribu. Les histoires sont racontées autour du feu de camp le soir, renforçant ainsi leur culture et leur identité. 2. Techniques de chasse de Hadzabe. La chasse est au cœur de la culture Hadzabe. Contrairement aux sociétés agricoles, les Hadzabe ne cultivent pas et n'élèvent pas de bétail. Ils dépendent entièrement de leurs capacités à traquer, chasser et récolter des éléments dans la nature. 2.1 Armes de chasse traditionnelles. Les Hadzabe chassent principalement à l'aide d'armes traditionnelles, fabriquées à partir de matériaux naturels. Arcs et flèches, fabriquées à partir de bois résistants comme le comifera. Flèches empoisonnées, enduites d'un poison extrait de la sève de l'Adenium, rose du désert. Une fois touchée, la proie est affaiblie en quelques minutes, facilitant la traque. Hadzabe Bush Tribe, music and dance, the rhythmic part of their culture. The Hadzabe tribe of northern Tanzania is one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer societies in the world. Their music and dance are deeply woven into their culture, serving as a means of communication, storytelling, spiritual expression, and social bonding. Unlike modern music, which relies on instruments and formal compositions, Hadzabe music is organic, rhythmic, and deeply connected to nature. This article explores Hadzabe music, dance, instruments, and the cultural significance of their rhythmic traditions. 1. The role of music and dance in Hadzabe culture. For the Hadzabe, music and dance are more than just entertainment. They play a critical role in rituals and spiritual ceremonies, celebrations of successful hunts, healing practices, storytelling and historical preservation, strengthening social bonds. Because the Hadzabe do not have a written language, music and dance serve as a way to pass down their traditions and oral history. 2. Hadzabe music, a soundscape of the wild. 2.1 Vocal music and traditional singing. Hadzabe songs are typically sung in groups, featuring Call and response singing, where a lead singer chants a line, and the group responds. Layered vocal harmonies, mimicking the sounds of nature. Melodic chanting, often incorporating their Flick language to create unique rhythms. 2.2 Natural instruments and percussion. Unlike many African tribes that use drums, the Hadzabe rely primarily on body percussion and natural objects to create rhythms. 2.2.1 Hand clapping and foot stomping. Hand claps are used as a percussive beat, guiding dancers. Foot stomping in dry soil creates rhythmic vibrations, similar to the pounding of animal hooves. 2.2.2 Wooden instruments. While the Hadzabe do not have complex musical instruments, they use simple wooden sticks to tap rhythms on the ground or trees. Hollow logs that serve as makeshift drums when struck with hands or sticks. 2.2.3 Bowstring instruments. In some cases, the Hadzabe create a single-string bow instrument, plucking